You're welcome to Against All Odds, guys. Here we give you 6 games and 3 likely goal scorers. This week we bet it's set to be another interesting weekend. We're chilling at 90 degrees. Let's get into the party already. Well, Deji, another week, another hustle.
Yeah, last week was quite good for us. We're just stopped by Cristiano Ronaldo, who somehow couldn't get a goal against United. Had so many chances in that.
I know it's surprising with Ronaldo this particular season. This is someone who last season was scoring for fun, but this season,
you know what, Okon? Let's just rest Ronaldo for a while.
Yeah,
let's rest him.
We retired him from this for the next few weeks. Let Ronaldo hit form, he comes back into this straight away. But let's talk about the very first game, which is a Premier League fixture involving Spurs and Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Palace. Enough said about Palace, but then it's not just Spurs having a great run against Palace. I think we've won 4 of their last 5 against Palace. It's not just Spurs; it's also Mauricio Pochettino. His last 4 games against Palace, for Tottenham and for Southampton, he's had great form. He hasn't conceded any goal. Spurs look very good, especially after the victory over Real Madrid. They look like a very solid side, and maybe all that bad luck of Wembley is finally gone. They should get the win and over 1.5 in that.
Sometimes I find it hard to convince myself which side is worse. Cologne or Benevento?
Benevento. And they have a good bad record, so far this season. 11 games, 11 losses. Juve haven't been in the best of form, but when you play Benevento, obviously you have to get the win. Lazio were good against them last week. Last weekend, more like I think Juve should get the win. Should be an easy one as well. Probably the win that gets Juve back in their great form.
Well, look, Real Madrid have lost their last 2 games in all competitions, but then we expect them to bounce back against Las Palmas. DG. We're going for a straight Real Madrid victory in this particular one, and then of course this is a team who've been good at home, at least in the last 2 games.
Yeah, they've won 2 of their last home games in the league, of course. And they have quite a good record, playing against
Palmas have lost 6 of their last 7 games.
I think that's a big problem, really, because they're playing against a side that are struggling for form. They looked solid last season. It was a great season for them, but this season they've really struggled. They cannot just buy a win. They are not the regular attacking side. Of course, they lost their coach, leaving the club last season. I think Real Madrid, yes, they may struggle to the win, but before the international break, they will need that win.
Look, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, usually you don't know where this is actually going to swing, what balance it is swing to the Egypt. So we're trying to stay safe, and we know that these are 2 sides who've scored in all their games this season.
Well, the thing about this fixture, and both sides so far this season, is they haven't been in great form, but it's a fixture that promises to produce goals. Dortmund have been scoring, they have been conceding as well. Same with Bayern. We saw Bayern against Celtic in the Champions League. They couldn't just help or concede. So I think it's one of those games that will produce goals. We need at least 2 goals. 2 goals looks good.
And in France, there's Monaco against Guingamp. We're trying to stay safe, so we're going for a goal first in this particular one. And we're thinking that most certainly we'll see over 1.5 goals. There's going to be Lemar and the likes. You think they're going to get goals in this one?
Monaco have a good scoring record, second highest goals in Ligue 1 this season after PSG. And when you're right after PSG, tells you how good you've been. Monaco are good as well when they play at home.
Can I say something about Guingamp? Yeah. They've played 11 games this season. Only 3 of those games have they failed
to concede. So they've conceded in 8 of their 11 games. They should concede.
And they're coming up against a Monaco side who are very rampant in front of goal, just like PSG.
Keita, Falcao, Lopez and the likes. Should give us at least 2 goals.
Absolutely. We decided to put in 2 games from England this weekend, AG, and we're going for another big game, just like we did with Germany in the the Classic? That's what they call it.
The Classica.
The Classica, yeah. So we decided to go back to England and do Man City and Arsenal.
You cannot stop
goals.
You can't stop Man City from scoring. I think it's that easy. We've seen them score so many goals this season. I think the only game that failed to produce 2 goals was the game against Chelsea. That was just 1-0. But all the other games this season, they flourished to goals. Yeah, they didn't score as well in the League Cup. I think that was against Wolves. But Man City are Man City, and Man City will score goals. Arsenal aren't particularly good defensively, and maybe they turn out defensively against City, on Sunday. But Man City will still be good enough to score. Arsenal could fancy their chances as well with Sanchez or Zealand likes back. So it looks like a game that should give us 2 goals.
Let's leave the games now, guys, and let's go over to our goal scorers. We have 3 of them. There's Harry Kane in the mix. Deji got back in midweek. Didn't get a goal. Well, against Crystal Palace, only a brave man can bet against Kane not getting the score sheet.
Yeah, the good thing is he's back. Spurs suffered last weekend without Harry Kane. They didn't have that threat up front, but against Real Madrid in the Champions League, he looked sharp once again. Troubled Real Madrid. Played for about 80 minutes in that game. So no injuries care. Should play against Palace. And if he plays against Palace. Palace will struggle to contain the amazing striker that's Harry Kane.
Gonzalo Higuain, DG, 4-4 for the Argentine international with Juventus. Scored in midweek as they played out to draw in Portugal. We're expecting him to grab a goal against Benevento.
Because he's in great form. And as you say, 4-4, he started scoring. I think he should get another. Benevento.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, DG, our final goal scorer. One of the joint top goal scorers in the Bundesliga.
That's a bit risky, though. It's a bit risky, but you guys.
He always scores against Bayern.
Yeah.
No matter what the outcome is, he manages to find himself in the score.
So that's the thing. Yeah. And if he plays against Bayern, we spoke about the match earlier. The fact that Bayern are likely to concede.
Problem though is Dortmund are very off form.
But if Bayern concede,
then he's going to be a
think about Bayern.
He's actually scored 5 in his last Dortmund's last 5 games in the Bundesliga. All right, guys. So that's it. Like I always say, none of these things is cast in stone. But then, when you look at the permutations and you look at the possibilities, what we've thrown out to you usually is what we expect to happen. But invite your friends to join the party. You can't be selfish and share all of this alone. Have yourselves a great weekend, guys, and good luck.